picking a minor. I'm in an awkward position where I'll graduate May 2025, but I only have a couple of classes in my last semester. It makes more sense to me to add a minor than go to school part time in my last semester. Part time is expensive as all get out, and I don't get grants or scholarships on it. Makes sense. My main contenders are currently data science, 15 credits needed, journalism, 15 credits needed, physics, 10 credits needed, pure math, 12 credits needed, applied math, 9 credits needed, economics, 9 credits needed, biology, 7 credits needed. What minor makes the most sense for a mechanical engineering student? Math and physics seem kind of redundant with an engineering degree, even though there's quite a few different classes. What I would say is, first of all, I have an economics minor. Interesting factoid about me. Whenever I was in high school, I developed a strong passion for economics, and I even considered majoring in economics in college. I love economics. And if I had to pick one of those, I think economics is great because it helps you kind of understand the larger context around what you're doing. And and what the best class that I took in college was environmental economics, which I work in the energy transition. I work in the industry that is heavily influenced by environmental economic policy. And I got to take a class that was all about environmental economic policy. I got to learn about how abatements work and how we use economic policy to drive behaviors in the free market. And then companies like my company are involved on the other end of the free market of implementing those things that are incentivized by economic policy. So I really enjoyed that. If I had to pick a minor, I would choose economics. But what I'd say is I wouldn't create a minor, to be honest. I have a minor; it's great. It has done as much for me as the content of the classes has done for me. Having an economics minor on my transcript has done nothing for my career that I'm aware of. I've talked to a lot of people about my career, talked to a lot of people about my careers. It's like oh, that's cool, but it's not oh, Daniel is a proficient economist, so we're going to move him into this new role because we need to have his economic knowledge. It's really more of just a vanity. That's cool thing. And you should pursue a minor because you want to learn more about a topic. And so what I'd say is if you're passionate about one of these topics, take a couple classes, but don't feel like you need to get a minor. If it's the difference between having a more manageable load and just taking a couple classes that you're interested in and that you want to learn about the topics versus getting a minor, I would totally do that instead. Especially because you said you're gonna be part time. But journalism, for example, data science, that's a full semester's worth of classes, which means because 15 credit hours is like a full load. So I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't add an entire extra semester's worth of work. I would just add just enough classes to get yourself up to full time in topics that you're interested in instead of just trying to take a bunch of classes to check a box and get a minor. What I think you should do is instead look at the course catalog, find topics that interest you, talk to your classmates, your friends that have different majors, and learn about what classes they've taken. What's the best class that you've taken that interested you? For example, I took a grant writing class in college, and it it helped me learn about how to write proposals. It was great, and I worked in proposals for my career. So and having that experience on my resume helped me get my role in proposals. So what I would say is take classes on topics that interest you. Don't necessarily be as concerned about getting the minor on your transcript. It has been nothing but a footnote on my resume, not a major topic of discussion, has not influenced how my career has panned out. What has more influenced my career is my ability to talk about the things that I've learned, and how interested I am in the broader picture of how economic policy works related to my job. So and really that hasn't even done that much for me either. So again, picking a minor, I'd say if I had to pick one, I'd pick economics. But if I really had to go back and make the decision again, I would not have made the decision to get the minor in economics because it affected. I ended up doing summer classes one summer that I just didn't need to do summer classes, and I could have been getting an internship that summer instead. It influenced the way that I went about my academics in a way that I didn't need to do it. I made it harder on myself than I needed it to be, and no, I am grateful that I did it anyways because I took my environmental economics class. But if I were you, I would just take classes that interest me and not pick up an extra minor.
I'm miscommunicating. I just made a pilot, then they threw me on the stations. Nah, I'm not complaining, nah, I'm not complaining. My thoughts get complicated, I cannot explain in layman's. Never losing focus because I ain't chasing payments. Still playing in the basement while I'm working on arrangements. They heard the kid in 50 countries, thank God that's amazing. But I'd rather thank Spotify, they put me on the stage.